Next up, we have Marjaan Naderi. Did I say that right? Naderi. Okay. She's a teaching artist and poet. This is all 2018, I'm about to say. Library of Congress's National Slam Champion. Nova Invitational Slam Champion. East Coast Annual Slam Champion. DCU Slam Team. DCU Poet Laureate Finalist. Places she's performed: White House, Kennedy Center, National Building Museum, John A. Wilson Building, National Convention Center, Arena Stage, Madison Square Garden, Canadian Library of Parliament, Houston Museum of African American Culture, International Slam, Brave New Voices, and above all, the greatest venue yet, DAHYouth.
Matching the theme for tonight's helping hand, I have a poem. All right. An alternate heaven for refugees. Somewhere, the livelihood of our roots are not pulled out and left to rot. My people no longer kiss their ears to soil, hoping to hear the hums of an ancestry that lived. Somewhere, power did not twist our tongues and tie them around our throats, but I can't rewrite history the way they did. Oh, America knows what it did, how they stole stories of our freedom, our bravery, and claimed it as their own, but somehow, somewhere, America can't stain our white thobes ruby red, because here there are no borders. Do not call us dead, call us alive, because now we have the right to exist everywhere, whether we call it home or church or mosque or synagogue or human love. If it grows here, it knows its place in history. If you're born here, the land will love you back. In this heaven, we whisper our own names in prayer. A law rewinds every bullet. Bombs fuse to fireworks and ashes form to halo clouds. All the boys win the soccer match. Trophies get washed up on seashores instead of the bodies of children who knew how to swim but couldn't. But there, missiles bang like an orchestra singing forgotten names there. Oppression became muscle memory there. I was denied an education, so I learned to count the dead, multiply body counts by the hour. There, my little brother cried prayers over my dead body every time he saw a piece of me disintegrate to powdered skulls. But brother, I wasn't there. I was here. Here. Rather than throwing rocks at soldiers, we toss rocks into rivers to watch the ripplings of recovery feed every thirsty body. Here, my mother's Yemeni grace pours upon me. My father's laugh lives in the olive trees of Palestine. Sockets of hope grow from Syrian soil here. I chant the Somali anthem and hear the wind sing it back. Lullabies that were once missiles are now my sister's voice echoing in the mountains of Afghanistan. I earned this paradise by death I did not deserve. All because someone, somewhere, prayed the pieces of our ancestry would rest in peace. Thank you. On alcoholism. Here's a toast to all the times we drink to numb life's most defining moments. Graduation parties, weddings, birthdays. The first time you offered me a drink, it was for a forgotten birthday. I remember you pulling my shoulders in close. The pungent shriek of expired bourbon would leave my eyes teary, trying to rinse out the scene I've seen far too many times. Praying for the moment you pass out, praying I wouldn't have to witness my throat cry to coughing blood, praying my eyes go from desperate to sharp to cut your flooded veins. And so I remember I took the offer and I drank that night too, but only to try and dissolve your reflection staring too hard back at me. Watch you fade into the darkness you came from. Watch you disappear, even if it's only tonight, even if it's only tomorrow, even if it's every day, when alcohol becomes your greatest stain remover. Remember, it removes the peace in our home, the life in our home, the safety in our home, the daughter in your home. You taught me my body was a stain that only alcohol could remove that night. My hands turned to yours. Within seconds, a throbbing heartbeat in my ears dimmed the banging on the doors. Your remedy in my veins fade the facade yelling through the floors. You taught me to use alcohol as my Advil, so the burn would run down my throat instead of through every scar I had cut into myself, trying to flush out the failures of a man whose habits sequence my DNA. When alcohol becomes your greatest stain remover, when you feel broken and down what's left in the backwash of these bottles, my hands pick up the pieces. Even when you have more lacerations than apologies, even when you lash out more than you apologize, I still try to put you back together. Even when we both end up bleeding. I remember waking up the morning after, the blood in my vomit as red as your eyes, the aching in my muscles as painful as seeing you smile. The fatigue ate us inside out. I remember when you taught me that alcohol peels down the pretend layers, the facade, and I'm too embarrassed to admit that we're the same at core. But I guess that's why we only get along when we're both tipsy. And I guess I should have saw this one coming. After all, like father, like daughter, right? Woman holy enough to be marketed for marriage, 16 years old, can be lighter if bleached, last name Naderi, belongs to the royal family of Al-Din, 100 pounds, 5 foot, can sell her silky hair for almost as much as sheepskin, sold for 24 camels. I'll clean, I pierce past, I'm smart. Despite bereft of education, I'll cook the flesh of the female corpses you fail to sell, season them with propaganda faith, serve them on a plate made of gold that you've mined from your mother's heart. Father taught me to never ask for a higher dowry. If I could speak, I wouldn't ask why, I would ask where. You learn to sow secrecy into our scarves, burn submission into our burqas, keep us blind until our bodies go from human to animal to extinct. Where did you learn to be the smoke from a burning fire that our tears can't extinguish? Women become the ash without the chance to be coal, without having ever seen the light in our lives, having ever felt warmth, only becoming the darkness. Middle Eastern in fighter, Middle Eastern in strength. But when did adding woman to Middle Eastern mean less of a survivor of war, of rape, of womanhood, of war, of rape, of womanhood? But I guess Father never realized that a woman must shine bright before she is ash, must bring warmth to all cold hearts, be the source of all life and light. Watch me burn, watch a woman's revolution rekindle your ashes, watch our flames mold the plate mined from your mother's heart into the mic from matriarchy. Dare to blow out our flame a second time, to watch us burn brighter, burn higher, become more than the flame to warm up against your skin. Become the warrior I am today. I am a fighter. I am a survivor. I am everything I was told I couldn't be. and more. Thank you.